everyone, and welcome to this month's Academy Day. We've been live for a whole freaking year, everyone. 12 months, 12 hours. Today, Mal's going to be starting us off, but before we go around and say hello to everyone, please check out the opening messages which are currently coming up in the chat window, including all the places you can find us and celebrate us being full-time for a whole year with us, including Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. There's other things. Discord's popping, go in there. Support us, buy merch. It's good shit. Also, we have sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, whom we're very grateful to because they make this all possible. And word on the street is there might be more sponsors on the horizon. Check out the tweet, which is in the last link, because the tweet, let's retweet the tweet, tell friends, tweet, yeah, woo. Hi, let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's start with Mal. Hi, Mal.
Oh, hi, I'm Mal. I will be running this hopefully scary horror game that you can find me on Twitter at Malhidael. I've got stuff going on. I'm going to have a pinned tweet real soon because I've got cool stuff coming. I think that's all I'm going to say today.
Beautiful. If you would like, check out that pinned tweet, everyone. Check it out. We'll go clockwise around the screen and go next to Cleric of Court. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi! Is today Monday? Because it's been feeling like a Monday. Hi, I'm Ed Clark of Court. You can find me on the Twitters. I have a pinned tweet, and I am really excited to be here. Really happy to be a part of this, and yay! I'm so excited.
Yee. Next around, Ali, Oxenfree.
Hello, I'm Ali. I'm Ali. Check me out on Discord if you're on Discord. Are we doing character names yet or no? I'm not sure we're doing character names.
Sure, if you want.
Why not?
Okay, fine, sure. Okay, great. So I'm chilling on Discord. If you're on Discord, come give me a little hi. I am playing Fleur Finchley today. She is a 19 something year old. She has graduated high school, the good little goody two-shoes, but she is working in her family's florist shop. Fleur's pretty quiet, loves the flowers and fauna and all those lovely little green things, and she's bit of goody two-shoes, but she's wondering if something's a little bit out further beyond her sleepy hometown. And that's me.
Fantastic. And also, Ali is a part of the media team, which includes Ori Tater and Michael Wayne. So sometimes them gifts that you see might be something to do with this little lady or one of the others. Next around the screen, last but most certainly not least, or not last at all because I'm last, Sarah! Oh, hi!
What's up? My name is Sarah L. Kinney. You can find me at this on Twitter. I talk about games and mostly the ones I play here on other nights of the week. It's basically Halloween time right now, so I'm very ready to get spooky and to get scared in a horror game. I'm going to be playing Claire. She is a woman in her 20s, just finished her freshman year of college, and she's home for the summer. I guess I'll leave it there for now.
Hi everyone, I'm Scrat. You might recognize me from this channel. I'll be playing Mark, the only character with a last name, apparently. So we'll drop that. General goody two-shoes, you know, maths genius, stay in school, kids. Hey, Mel!
Hey. For a second, I thought you were going to dab on me.
I don't dab.
Okay. Is everyone ready to get going? So, you have all been friends in one form or another for a couple of years. Yeah, some of you probably longer than that. It's the end of summer. You just spent a week camping out on a secluded island. You had a good time. For Claire, she came back for the summer after being at college. And yeah, the weather was nice until the last day. And now you're in the little rowboat headed back to shore to where your car is parked to get back into town, and the sun is slowly setting, the clouds are gathering, and before you know it, it's raining, and the rain is not gentle, it's a hard rain. and the sky darkens even more, and suddenly there's an explosion. Your boat is rocked, you're thrown overboard. When you all awake sometime later, splayed across the shore, it is full dark now. What would you like to do?
Hannah immediately checks to see if her calculator is working.
Okay. Let's have you make our first roll of the game then with this. Take stock.
All right. Let's see. That's census. Let me.
Is it still raining, Mal?
Yes, it is still raining.
Oh,
It's full-on thunder, lightning, downpour.
So that is a that shouldn't have a +1. I think it should be a 0. So that's a 6.
Okay. On a miss. So, since most of us are new to the game, I'll read through the senses. Take stock. When you roll to take stock, roll senses to see how much detail you perceive in your surroundings. On a 10+, ask all 3 questions. On a 7 to 9, ask 2. On a miss, ask 1, but the GM will only give you the most obvious details. So, on your miss, I'm guessing you want to know what you see because you're looking at the calculator.
Yes.
The calculator is definitely wet, but it does turn on. You don't know if there's any other damage, and it might short out later, but that's all you can see with what you got.
Okay, so she's gonna kind of wipe it off carefully and put it back in a little hip holster that she has for it, and then she's gonna kind of get to her hands and knees and start looking around to see where her sister is. Claire.
All right.
And I think at that, Claire is also like, she kind of wipes her eyes and maybe like moves some like mud off of herself and like scrapes it on her pants. And her first thought when she wakes up is, where is Hannah? Where is my younger sister? And maybe, I don't know if they lock eyes. Are we all nearby each other? Have we washed up in the same spot?
I think that you're going to need to take stock to get that answer.
All right, so let's see what Claire learns. It's not great.
Okay. So, would you like to ask, what do I see, what do I hear, or what do I smell?
It's got to be, what do I see? Because Cameron another character I play on this channel, Claire has one thought in mind, and it's, what do I see, and what I want to see is Hannah.
All right. You do see Hannah. She's already sat up and looking around. And you do see some more shapes on the shoreline. At the moment, you're not sure if it's your other friends or like the boat or your backpacks, because you were camping. You probably have some big backpacks full of gear.
Okay, so I think Claire just gets to her feet and starts moving kind of towards where the others are.
Yeah, Hannah gets up as well, and she's like looking for, probably feeling for bruises and sore spots and checking out any lumps on the head. Seeing how she feels as she walks over. She's looking at her sister, and I think as they meet closer to where the other shapes are, Hannah just kind of reaches out and grabs Claire's hand and pulls her into a hug real quick. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Yeah, no, Hannah, I'm glad to see we're both here. How's your calculator?
It's fine, and at least the tape held the glasses.
That's great to hear. I think the more tape, the better, right? That's what we always.
Yeah. Mom and Dad are gonna be so pissed if they have to buy another pair.
Don't worry. There's nothing a little bit of tape and a couple of lies can't fix. Now, let's go through the others.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, Fleur, what would you like to do?
Can I take a quick stock of my personal belongings? Is my Walkman okay? Is the tape flooded? So
Certainly.
roll a-
Please roll to take stock.
Sure. Ooh.
Ooh,
Yay.
a 9. All right. So you get to ask 2 questions.
Okay, so probably what do I see, and also what do I hear?
All right. You do manage to see that your Walkman is wet, but the tape still appears to be in it and undamaged itself. You might get some trouble from it before it dries out, but it doesn't appear to be completely inoperable.
Okay.
And what do you hear? Even through the crash of thunder and the patter of the heavy rain. Sorry, I bumped my mic. It's strangely quiet out on the coastline, even compared to normal. Like, you're not so far out of the city that you shouldn't be able to hear some background noise, but
Okay.
it's much, much more quiet than usual.
Okay. Can I see Hannah or Claire?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get up, sort of brush myself down, and sort of call out, "Hey, are you two all right?"
Yeah, I think as much as possible. How, Fleur, how are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Where's Mark? Have either of you two seen Mark?
No,
Hannah's gonna go over and just kind of hug Floor real quick. I'm glad you're okay too.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you, and I'm gonna sort of hug her back nice and tightly. I'm so glad you're okay. You're not hurt anywhere.
No, we're okay. We're okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find the packs.
Okay.
Will you guys find Mark? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go look for Mark. Okay, I'll head this way, and I sort of point behind me, across the shoreline.
All right. So, Mark, what would you like to do?
I would probably like to try and stand. That seems like
Okay.
a good first action.
You managed to stand up.
And then look to see if I can see everyone else and/or my pack, specifically my pack. I want
All
my
right.
pack.
Please roll a take stock.
Sure thing.
All right. You can ask 2 questions. I'm guessing what do I see is going to be the one.
What do I see?
All right. You do see the rest of your friends. Let's see. I think you do see some shapes that you think are packs, but you don't know for sure if it's yours or one of the others yet.
Okay, then I will... I will walk towards the group, I guess.
All right. Everyone's joined back up. You've all checked on each other. It sounds like most of you want to make sure you have your belongings. So if I could get... I won't make you all roll again, because you just all rolled take stock. It takes a couple minutes of searching. You find one pack floating nearby, just offshore. It's definitely soaked. You find everyone else's packs and items scattered throughout the shoreline. They are also soaked from both the ocean and the rain. Like any clothing you had packed are drenched in there. The only things that would be dry is if you had anything plastic that could shed the rain. You also notice that there's only half the boat that washed up on shore. And it definitely was... It looks blown apart.
do y'all remember? I remember an explosion earlier.
All I remember is, we were rowing at one point, and then it started to get really rocky, and then I think I hit my head on the boat. I can't remember, and I sort of like gesture at the boat to make that. What on earth did we hit out there? I don't remember there ever being some rocks really that big.
There was an explosion. There was an explosion. And Hannah is gonna go kind of running out to knee deep into the water and start looking up. Start looking up and down the shoreline to see if there's fire, if there's smoke, a glow, city lights, something to kind of orient them where they are.
Maybe we got struck by lightning or something like that, but
Now we'd be burned if we got struck by lightning. My calculator had been fried. It wasn't lightning.
okay, that's true, but maybe we should really look at getting somewhere dry rather than wading out into the ocean, you know? We should any of you happen to be Girl Scouts? Maybe we could start a fire in a cave or something?
Well, we don't know where to go if we don't know where we are.
Yeah, but if you stay in the sea, honey, you're gonna catch your death of cold. Come out of there.
I just need to see. And so she's still trying to look up and down the shoreline to see what she can get on the horizon in the distance.
Okay, for that one, I'm gonna need another take stock, Cat, to try and figure out where you are. All right, so a 5 is another miss. You do know that you are farther up the coast than you wanted to be by a couple of miles. So you know that, like, the vehicle you would have parked and left at, I guess, the dock where you would have had the rowboat come off of is a couple of miles further down. You're not entirely sure how long that would take if you walked the coastline, because you know, it's a couple miles by road in the car.
She comes wading back in, and she's looking at Fleur and Claire, and she's like, we're not where... We got a long walk, like miles. I can't see any lights. I don't know where...
Well, I don't think we're doing any walking at the moment. Let's find some sort of shelter, and then maybe we can go on later, you know? I mean, you know, give it a while, and our parents are sure to be looking after us if we're gone that late. Especially in this storm.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, Hey, come on, let's look for some, shelter. Come on!
Hey, we could maybe take the half of the boat that wasn't completely ripped apart by... God, I'd really rather hope it was lightning than an explosion or something in the lake, but that's ridiculous. Why don't we go grab it?
I guess. I mean,
at least get her packs and stuff. Yeah, I'll help you, Claire.
okay.
Do we want to try to, you know, like carry it over our head, or?
Let's just take shelter for now, get dry.
Where, Mark?
In the boat!
In the destroyed boat? Mark, there's not much space under there. Let's find like an outcrop or a rock or something. I mean, these trees are pretty thick. They could probably shelter us a little bit.
Hey, in a thunderstorm, you want to stand under a tree? Good luck!
She does have a point, though, about maybe an outcropping of rocks that's... And Claire's, like, halfway starting to, like, try and, like, pick up the back end of this rowboat, and it's way heavier than she thought it was gonna be.
It's Hannah will help her. She'll grab the other end.
Yeah, Flower will come and give a little hand on the other side as well.
Mark will help, but he's a nerd.
Yeah, I
So is Hannah.
They're all nerds in this little party.
Excellent. So you're all lifting up on whatever's left of the boat, and you notice a small red light sweeping the ground from under the boat, and you hear a bunch of...
I immediately drop my section of the boat. What the hell was that?
Can I take
I don't know.
stock?
Sure, you can take stock.
Nyeh. The duality.
All right. So what question would you like to ask?
What do I hear?
It's not a sound you've ever heard before. Your best guess is it's metallic, but it's also insectile. And as you attempt to decide what it is, this small, roughly square robot about the size of, I guess, my head with 6 metallic feet leaps out from under the boat and is standing nearby, and I'm giving you all a visual in the Zoom chat now. And this red light is sweeping around on the ground and up at you, and it raises its front pincers aggressively.
Hannah kicks it.
All right, roll me a
She was in Robot
use
Club.
violence.
That's what you do to robots that are misbehaving in Robot Club.
Please roll me a use violence.
Oh, you got it.
Like, this isn't one of your robotics club's jokes, is it?
Mark, is that one of yours?
That's a 9.
All right. So, use violence, roll plus body if you wish to accomplish something with brute force. For example, attacking someone or destroying something. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. On a missed, pick 2. All right, so you got a 9. You can choose, you take things too far, you end up in a bad spot, you lose the trust of one of your friends, they mark -1 help with you, you injure yourself, mark 1 harm, or you accidentally hurt someone else, they mark 1 harm.
She's gonna hurt herself. It's wet. They're on slippery rocks. And as she kicks this thing, she loses her footing and goes down, twisting her ankle. She's like, "Oh,
Okay.
shit!" As the thing goes punting out into the water.
That's exactly what I was gonna say too, is you do manage to kick it. It's very heavy, but you manage to kick it into the water off the coast, and you see sparks come off of it, as it is apparently not entirely waterproof, at least not as far as more than rain is concerned.
I forgot to pull my toes up. Ow.
I'm gonna run over to Hannah and sort of help her up. Oh my god, Hannah! Are you alright? Where does it
I
hurt?
stubbed my toe and I twisted my ankle. It's fine.
I tried to sort
It
of help.
doesn't look too puffy yet.
No, I think you'll be alright. Just don't do that again. Oh my gosh, we don't know what that was. Does anyone know what that was?
I mean,
Never seen anything like it.
it looked like something like we built in Robot Club, but not quite like that. And meanwhile, Hannah is just kind of got her arm around Floor's waist and is kind of leaning on her just a little too much, a little too long. But she's just kind of,
Yeah, Flair's
leaning
just
on
sort
her,
of
and
hugging
she's
her a
looking at
little
Claire, going kind of like,
Let's, hey, I'm gonna go fish that thing out of the water.
okay,
Wait,
yeah,
what, you want to go get it, Claire?
We gotta find out what it is.
yeah. If we can take it, I might be able to take it apart.
I like the sound of that. Mark, you wanna help me out? I think that thing sounded heavy.
No, if you guys want to go and do a science project in the rain, help yourselves. I'm gonna find shelter and get dry, okay?
I'm with Mark on this one. And Hannah, you are not going anywhere with that ankle. You are coming with us to go and look for shelter, and then we can go and fish out the mysterious robot in the water. Okay?
I'll be real fast. And Claire just like jets back into the water.
Oh my god.
All right, Claire, I'm gonna need you to roll a search for this because it's in the choppy water.
Okay. Okay, 8.
All right. So, on an 8, you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
I think without realizing it, as she's wading through the water, she attracts unwanted attention, but from something. We don't know what it is. Or maybe it's from this creature.
All right. You wade out into the choppy water looking for this thing. You're expecting that it's wherever it landed, it's sunk, and you find it almost by tripping over it. And as you reach down and start to lift it out of the water, you realize as it comes out of the water and the red beady eye looks at you. It's not entirely deactivated.
Could you like go to try and like punch it, like holding it almost like a big loaf of bread or something, and like punch it in the eye to make it stop looking at her?
Sure, you can roll to use violence.
Oh boy.
I love that analogy. Big loaf of bread.
That's my sister.
Oh man.
She's a poli-sci major.
Oh boy. Full plus body. Jesus. That roll is not working for me.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Awesome. 7. So, I think
Now you're muted.
All right, so you can take things too far. You can end up in a bad spot. You can lose the trust of one of your friends. You can injure yourself, or you can accidentally hurt someone else.
Claire definitely like injures her hand. Maybe she hurts a finger on whatever this faceplate is that's over that red glowing eye.
Okay. You do manage to hit the eye as well, and you see, much like a spider, the legs curl up, and it appears to be completely deactivated now.
You okay, Claire? Got it?
Yeah, no, I won. All right, we can go
All
now.
right.
One?
All right.
Yeah, I won.
And Flair's just like, oh my god. Okay, can we please go find shelter like Mark is suggesting? Please?
Where?
Well, somewhere, better not this beach. Let's just get our things and maybe head inland. Maybe there'll be something we can find.
All right, but we're leaving the boat, okay, Claire?
Yeah, no, that's a much better plan.
Yeah,
Hey,
take the
that
robot,
ship
leave
has
the boat.
sailed.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is why we like keeping you around.
Okay. That actually almost hurt as much as my ankle.
Well,
All right. So you all want to find shelter. I'm going to ask that one of you rolls a take stock to try and figure out where the closest place to take shelter is.
I could do that. I have an ability in take stock.
Go for it.
9.
All right. I'm guessing you're going to pick what do I see.
Yeah, preferably shelter.
All right. You, with Mark in the lead, you all kind of walk up the shore to where the rocky beach turns more into a little more solid ground. And you actually find yourself at, what's the word I want? It's like the metal guardrail on the edge of a road. And, you know, a foot or two beyond that is a paved road. But Mark, you notice off further in the tree line, a faint wisp of smoke continually coming as if from a chimney or something.
Hey, I see some smoke over there in the forest. We should head over that way.
Oh, good. Okay. Hannah, you gonna be alright to walk?
Yeah. So, are we taking the road then? Or, I mean...
I guess it's better than walking on gross, wet sand.
Alright, yeah.
I'm 100% carrying my pack as well, wet as it is.
Henna is too.
Yeah.
And she's either leaning on Floor or kind of leaning on Claire, taking turns as she hobbles with her ankle.
I would imagine she's probably leaning on Fleur then, because Claire's got her hands full with whatever that thing
Oh,
is.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the robot.
Because like if Claire's got her backpack on, this thing probably essentially takes both arms.
Yeah.
It is not light.
And as they're walking, Claire's like inspecting this thing and is like fiddling with it, trying to like maybe pop off a faceplate or anything easy. And she's wondering, what the hell is this? I mean, y'all make some pretty cool stuff in robots class, but this is pretty sophisticated.
Oh, what about maybe somebody at the university did it? I mean, who knows? I mean, they've got a great mechanics program there with electronic. I mean, it's just a great robotics program.
Yeah, maybe it's from there.
Let's go. Guess we're heading to the smoke. I'll check it out when we get a chance to rest. At least you killed it.
Something like that.
All right. It looks like, Mark, from what you saw, the fastest way to get to the smoke is to cross the road and head into the forest and rough terrain. And with the weather, if you all want to, so you can follow the road. It'll just take longer, most likely. If you want to get there faster and cut through the terrain, I'm gonna need all of you to make a push through roll, because it's essentially it's an endurance test.
Okay.
I mean, we're definitely going through the undergrowth, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Anything to get out of this rain.
Yeah.
And with all of us doing a push through, my special ability, we can add +1 to all of our rolls. Not mine. All of
Okay.
yours.
Kat, it sounded like you were gonna ask a question.
Yeah, and Hannah's ability is on a push through to escape danger. Does this count, or is this just a straight up?
I wouldn't say you're in danger. This is literally like just an endurance test because of the wet and rough terrain of the forest.
Okay, so push through. So it's a 7 with the +1 negating the -1 for Hannah.
Ah, nuts.
Oh no!
The 5 for you, Sarah.
Oh, not so good.
Oh
Better than
no!
mine. Well, I'm probably because I'm carrying my pack in one hand and then hobbling.
Yeah, Hannah's holding on to
Hannah
the
on
other.
my, so I'm probably a bit uneven.
I didn't add my +1, but I don't think it matters.
You are unfortunately correct. The 5 wouldn't really do you any better than a 4. All right. So, Kat, you got a 7 to 9. So you either injure yourself, you accidentally hurt someone else, you open yourself up to more danger, which I not sure is applicable, but I definitely can think of something if you choose that, or you risk the group's safety.
I think she's, and I'm so sorry, Fleur. I think she's going to accidentally hurt Fleur. She's going to kind of stumble a little bit on her ankle, and as she grabs, trying to keep her balance, she's just going to grab on Fleur and maybe wrench her elbow or her wrist or something, or maybe pull her down to the ground with her as she falls.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just going to go through these in the order that I wrote them down. So next we have Allie with a miss. You pick 2 of those choices.
Okay. Probably going off of Hannah then. I probably injured myself. I probably slipped on some wet moss or something in the undergrowth. I've gone down, and with the combo of Hannah falling onto me, I've gone down myself, and then I land quite roughly on my elbow, the one that's got holding the pack. And as I bring myself up, I've then elbowed Hannah in the side with my other arm.
Trading harm back and forth, as real
That's
friends
it.
do.
That's it.
All right. And then Claire also got a miss, I believe.
So I think her foot hits a slippery rock, and as she's like trying to steady herself, this heavy ass robot falls out of her arms and like lands on her foot. So she ends up hurting herself. And I have to pick 2, right?
Yes.
And then the robot, I think, goes sliding and probably hits whoever is immediately in front of her in the group, and either like kicks out their legs from under them because it's like heavy and bulky, or it like maybe cuts the back of her leg because it's got those sharp, boxy edges.
Okay. I would probably say, just because the amount of harm going through Fleur and Hannah, that it would hit Mark. Because I don't, it's supposed to be difficult, but I don't necessarily want one of you to bite it in the first 45 minutes of us playing.
No, but the dice do.
It's fine because me and Hannah are probably at the back because I've been helping her anyway.
So yeah, if you're willing, Sarah, I totally will let you hurt Mark. That's fine. But I also think you could take either, like you could risk the group's safety, that you drop the robot, maybe instead of hitting Mark, it hits the same rock you slipped on and it makes a loud noise and alerts whatever else might be around.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. And then Mark, you also got a miss, I believe.
I did get a miss, that's true.
So you can pick 2 as well. You injure yourself, you accidentally hurt someone else, you open yourself up to more danger, or you risk the group's safety.
I'm totally risking the group's safety.
Okay. So that's 1. You gotta pick another one.
I don't want to injure myself. I'll accidentally hurt someone else. I'm gonna bump into someone. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger bites toe, Claire.
Okay. So what happens when you bump into Claire that injures her?
Can I like headbutt the back of her leg or something as I go down?
Totally. Like she slips and you all go down roughly at the same time, and various parts of you are bonking into each other. The robot makes noise when it hits the. Sorry, you want to?
No, I wanted to ask, like, what does the robot sound like when it starts making this noise?
So the robot the robot doesn't make noise itself. It's just like the metal body hitting the rocks. Mm-hmm. So it's that very clang, like,
Somebody
you know what I mean?
dropped the television. Somebody just dropped a CRT monitor.
Similar, but without the glass breaking. But yeah, it sounds like someone dropped a heavy electronic device that then hit something hard.
Okay.
And then I won't make you all roll for this because we just did that. So all of this happens. You're all slowly picking yourselves up. Claire, if you reach down for the robot, you notice that there's one of the arms has broken off from the fall. But you also all the rain starts to slow down a little. The storms started to move off, but it's still cloudy. But you notice, if you're facing towards where the smoke was, off on the left side of wherever the smoke is, you see 4 more red lights. You can't discern any shapes, but you see they're definitely, based on distance and size, they're taller than whatever this first thing you found is. And there are 4 of them in the forest, and they appear to be moving slowly.
Hannah's eyes were and she's trying to push Flora flat and reaching for Claire, reaching forward for Claire to kind of push her down as well.
Yeah. I'm immediately whispering, like, back towards the beach, quick.
No. Wait for them to move. Be still. Let them go past us.
Cover my mouth.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe we can see what they're doing, or see if they're after anything.
Yeah, us.
We don't know that. Let's just watch. If they get closer, then we can run. But just see if we can hide from them.
All right, so it sounds like 3 of you at least are in agreement that you should just stop and be quiet and wait. Mark, what would you like to do?
Oh no.
The worst thing possible, I think, whatever that might be at the time. I'm just gonna be really noisy, because it's me that's put everyone in more danger, right? So, as I go down, I've not hurt myself, but I'm going, "Gah, my head!" Like, it's Claire, watch where you're going. Ow! Can I see? Am I okay? Am I blind? Is it just dark, or can I not see?
Mark! Shh!
Mark, over there. More lights. We have to be quiet, but you know what? Maybe we should inch up closer and, like, we're not gonna know what's going on if we don't just get a little closer and see what's happening.
Are you nuts, Claire? No. We need to go find some police or something.
We are in the... Okay. I really don't want to deal with police or cops or any of that. But also, we're so far away from them.
Yeah, but I'd like to be farther away from that. Whatever that is. Claire, come on.
That's true, but there's also that cottage, or there's like that smoke coming up. There might be people over there. People who could help.
What are the lights doing after Mark's little outburst?
I was just gonna get to that. So, as you're all doing this and Mark has his little outburst, you've noticed that the lights were moving in a relatively organized pattern, but as they catch the sound that Mark makes, they all swivel, and they might not have been able to see you specifically, but they've turned in your direction, and they split off. What's the best? Like if they were 4 like this, they split off like this, and they are moving much more quickly now. They appear to be running. And
oh shit! Time to go.
You notice through the tree line as they get closer that they are quadrupedal. They're roughly built like a dog, but they're a tall dog. And there's also a large canister of some kind on their back. And here's another picture for all of you.
And Claire, kind of awestruck, whispers, "Well, hey, at least we don't have to sneak over there to get a better look at them anymore."
Oh my god, Claire!
Yeah. Does anybody... Hannah's checking to see if she packed her little like mini mag flashlight with her. If it's in her pack or something, she's gonna pull it out and it's like, anybody got something red? I need something red.
Red?
Red. Like a shirt, panties. I don't care.
Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. And can Claire like reach into her bag and maybe she has a pair of red panties or underwear in her bag that she can like fish for and grab?
I'm so glad you brought
I'll
those.
allow that.
And Hannah's gonna take it and kind of wrap it around the end of the flashlight and hold it up so it's its own little red dot, but it's higher. It looks higher than the others. And she's just gonna kind of start scanning it back and forth at the red dot, at the red lights.
Oh shit, Hannah, that's so good.
That is really, really good.
That's real smart. What can I have you do to... You know what? I'll say this doesn't technically fall under what it says, but I'll let you roll a persuade, since that's the closest thing to like lying that we've got in the set.
Okay. A 9?
Okay, so that's a partial success. What would you like to happen?
What I'd like to happen is, as we move we slowly kind of move forward, and Hannah's got the light swinging it back and forth, and the 4 lights, I'd like to see the 4 lights go back to their patrol, recombine together, and then go back to their regular patrol patterns so that we can move past them from a great distance.
Okay, so a 7 and 9 would be a partial success. So what I'll say is the 2 furthest away, because the 4 split off essentially into 2 groups of 2. The 2 lights furthest away resume their patrol, and they start walking, as best you can tell, away from you guys. Sorry, from all of you. And the other 2 slow down, but they are still headed in your direction, and they are close enough now that you can see the small caliber gun barrels on their heads, and they are approaching you further.
We gotta go. Let's go. And Hannah's gonna kind of keep the red light moving at that height, and hopefully everybody is walking as we try to move. Like, if they're here, we want to move around them, past them.
Okay. Are you trying to move past them quietly, where I would have you make hide checks, or are you just trying to go quickly to get to wherever that smoke was?
I'm thinking quickly. I don't think we can move quietly as injured as we all are at this point. I mean, Hannah's definitely still limping.
Like, hey, actually, hey, Hannah, why don't you and Claire will like take off her backpack, and she'll like very quickly grab like 2 things out of it, shove it in her back pocket, and say, hey, Hannah, I can give you a piggyback ride, and you can keep up your red light gambit.
No. Because if we gotta move fast, I mean, I love you, sis, but I think fall. I don't want to fall.
Oh, that's fair. Our track record so far is not so good.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta go.
All right, let's go. And I think, are we all moving quickly?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Claire's like
Okay.
tugging on like Mark's like sleeve to try and bring him along.
Okay. I'm gonna need all of you to roll another push through then, since you're just trying to go quickly.
Means you'll get a +1 again. Aside from me.
Kat, this I would allow you to use your +1 for getting out of danger. You're muted.
It's a +2, so that gives me a +3, which actually becomes a +2 total. Because I'm a nerd.
7.
And since Hannah didn't take Claire up on the piggyback ride, Claire's still gonna actually leave her pack behind. She's decided she doesn't need most of the stuff in there anymore, but she's gonna now take the robot, and hopefully it's a little bit easier to do so.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so we have 2 7s and a 9, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right. I think we will go with this time, because you're not in direct danger, and a lot of you have taken quite a bit of harm already. You manage to hold on to each other and move as quick as you can, avoiding most things that might injure you further. None of you are as quiet as you'd like, even though you're trying to move quickly. And as you break through the edge of the tree line, you see a small house. The smoke is coming from the chimney. The door that you facing you is the front door, and the door is partially open. None of the lights in the house are on. Through a window, you can see the faint glow of what might be a fire, which would explain the smoke coming through the chimney. And at the same time you see this building, you lose sight of the 2 red lights of the 2, whatever they are, that are out in the forest somewhere beyond.
Hannah will immediately turn off her flashlight as soon as we lose sight of the other red lights.
Are there any windows near the front door that Fleur can look through?
I'll say there are 2 relatively good-sized windows on either side of the door. If you'd like to look through them, I'm gonna need a take stock.
Okay. Oh, nuts. Okay.
All right, so you can pick one. What do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell?
What do I see, please?
All right. So through the window that you're looking, this is a it's like a enclosed porch. So you see a pile of wood for a fireplace, most likely, a couple of chairs, a small table, and you see another door that is also slightly ajar. And with a mist, that's all I'm gonna give you.
Okay. I'm gonna look back and beckon everyone in.
Oh man, Claire is like coming along and she goes, I think she wants to go and I guess try the front door and see if they can go inside. She's thinking this might be a safe place to regroup and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, the door is open ajar.
Oh, well then she just pushes it open and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, Fleur's
Okay.
beckoning everyone else in behind her as she follows Claire in.
Yeah, Hannah's right behind him.
I bust in
Mark, you
too.
follow?
Yeah.
Okay. So Claire, you step into this porch that I described, and you immediately see yet another door. Do you just continue on right in?
Yep, she's gonna
Okay.
try it and push it open if it...
Yeah, it's also partially open. So
Perfect.
Hannah's gonna close the outside door once
Okay.
everybody's in. And if there's a lock, she'll turn the lock.
there is not a lock.
What do we
At least
do?
there's firewood.
Okay, so you all step in through the second door. You're in a smallish entryway. On your left is a door partially open again. None of the lights in the building are working, but from what little ambient light you've got, you can tell that on the left would be a kitchen. In front of you, but on the left side of the room you're in is a stairway going up, and then on your right is another door, and from what little you can see where you're standing, it appears to be like a living room. I'm gonna need another take stock. Any one of you can choose to roll it, though.
So I've not had a very good track record with it.
Yeah, Hannah will try. I think because she's trying to find. She's looking for the fireplace to see if they can. Nope.
All right, so Hannah, as you're taking all these details in, you're looking for that fireplace. You turn towards your right where the living room is, and on the floor you see large streaks of red. They're slightly dark, they're not quite black. You can't tell how long they've been there. But as your gaze wanders up through the open door where these tracks are, you do catch the faint glow of the fireplace somewhere in that room.
I look at the floor and I go, wait, just a minute. And then I go to Claire and I go, Claire. And I point out, and I just kind of very subtly, with not wanting Fleur to see, because I'm pretty sure Fleur is going to freak out when she sees this. Claire, yeah.
Yeah, no, and Claire makes a motion at Hannah that I think they've made at each other 100 times when they're sneaking around their parents or are off doing some sort of ill-fated shenanigan. That means, like, I get what you're putting down and I'm on it. And Claire starts slowly moving to further inspect those dry spots, and then to kind of crane her head in to see if she can see more of this next area.
And Hannah's kind of backing her up, kind of moving towards where where she can keep an eye on Claire, but also watch for something else that might be coming from another direction. That other doorway.
Okay. So Claire, you're moving towards the living room door and looking into the room?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You move towards this door and you have to push it open. It swings in, and as it swings open, you see this trail of blood leading into the room. 5 feet or so in front of you is one of these big robot dogs, whatever they are. It's lying on the floor. It's somehow been split in half. It is clearly non-functioning. There's more blood pooled around this thing, and there's a further streak heading off to the left of it, slightly outside of your current view. Behind the dog is a table. There's a couple more windows and like bookshelves and a couple of things. And I'm going to need you to roll to witness the uncanny, please.
Ooh. All right. 11.
That's good. All right. So on a 10 plus, you get to add 1 to whatever your next roll is, because you got a success. So this pool of blood and this robot, it's weird, right?
Ugh, it's not great.
I feel like Claire might have been, in some scrapes before, and blood maybe isn't that big a deal to her.
Yeah, I think as she looks into the room, she does the thing where she grabs for the edge of her shirt and kind of covers her nose, already knowing oh, yep, not gonna let the smell get the best of me. And then she turns around and we'll say to Hannah, who's backing her up, hey, it's kind of grim in there. Make sure to steel yourself before you take a look. And we'll pass the warning on before moving in to get a closer inspection of the dog bot that's been ripped in half. And then she follows after that trail of blood.
And where the kitchen is on the opposite side of the area that we're in, correct? So
yeah,
I think
through
Hannah's
the other
gonna,
door.
Yeah, so I think Hannah's gonna look at Flora and Mark and go, you guys want to check out the kitchen? And Claire and I will check out this room.
Sure. Is everything alright in there?
Yeah, it's just, it looks like whoever was here got pretty wrecked.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
I mean, the place looks like somebody broke in and kind of tore things up, and we're just gonna kind of try to get the fire going back. And
Okay, well, meet back in this room. If you need anything, just yell, okay?
okay, we'll do. You guys be safe. Yell if you need anything.
Okay,
Maybe
you
we can
too.
find some food or something. I'm just starving.
Okay, well, Fleur, let's go and look at this kitchen, see what's going on in there.
Yeah, be careful though. After those things are outside, I don't know what's going on in here.
Well, hang on a minute, see if we can't, is it like a table leg or something, DM, that I can just, I can be ready,
Yeah, there's definitely a kitchen table. If you would like to make either a use violence or a push through roll to rip a piece of the table off to use as a weapon, I would let you attempt that.
No.
There's firewood in the porch.
There's
on
wood
the
in the
porch,
porch.
right?
Yeah,
there's
Flair's
firewood
gonna
on the
go
porch.
and grab 2 of those logs and hand one to him, and sort of hold
The
one. as if she's-
partially triangular split log that's probably this big in their hands.
Well, hang on a minute, firewood means there's a fire, right? Is there a polka? Hey, Nerdly's onto what I'm onto.
There might be fireplace implements in the other room where Claire and Hannah believe the fireplace
Oh,
is.
no.
But you're
Alright. We'll go with this. As soon as we see a kitchen knife, we're upgrading. Let's go.
Okay, and Flair's just gonna hold tight her little piece of wood and follow in after Mark.
all right. You walk into the kitchen. It's very small, very sparse. The fridge is like every door you've encountered so far. The fridge is slightly ajar, and in addition to, if none of the lights are on, if there's no power going to this fridge, you don't know how long this thing's been like this. I will say though that on the counter you find a first aid kit.
Hey,
Ooh,
great.
another one. Then Fleur runs over and grabs it and double checks what is in the first aid kit compared to her own. What's in this kit? Do I do a take stock?
So the way I'm gonna do this is the first aid kit is just a single use. You use it or you don't, and
okay.
it will allow someone to recover a harm.
Because I already have one. Can I pick this one up or no?
Sure, I'll let you have them both.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh no. Whoredom.
And hey,
I feel like you guys might need some help. You've taken a lot of hurt already. Yes, Mark.
I'm gonna check out the fridge anyway, Fleur, because you know a lot of people put things in the fridge that don't actually need to be refrigerated. Like, you know, my ma, she's addicted to putting ketchup in the fridge of all things.
What?
Ketchup don't need to be refrigerated, you know? Maybe there's some sustenance in there, like, I don't know, some sausage or something. I'm gonna open the fridge and have a look.
And Fleur
All
just
right.
sort of giggles a little bit. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, you open the fridge and it's definitely not cold anymore. It's been either open or without power for a while, but it's not like room temp yet. It's still a little cool.
Nice, yeah.
So, yeah, I'll say you can find a couple of things that are still good that you could use for sustenance.
Hey, I found some food, I told you. We got some like
What-
processed
yeah.
sausage meat here, you know? Like, people refrigerate this stuff, but it's so processed it doesn't go off for years, you know? Them best before dates, they just put them on there. I think it's like some kind of necessary thing. And hey, half a tin of beans. Beans don't go off. This is great.
Okay, well, is there anything? And can I start rummaging through all the kitchen drawers? Is there anything in any of these?
I think I'm gonna need to take stock for that.
Sure.
Like, I know that take stock means like taking stock of yourself, but I keep thinking that like we're just shoplifting.
All right.
Basically what's happening right now.
So you got a partial success. Is there something specific you're looking for?
Ooh. Not really. That sounds bad. Unlike other people, I'm not looking for a knife. Just any sort of tool, maybe like a flashlight or I don't know what people keep in the kitchens. Like a flashlight or something. Something worthy. But I said that's really general. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that as you're looking, it looks like a lot of the drawers have been emptied for some reason, but you do manage to find rolling around in one of them a small flashlight.
okay, great. Okay, cool. Is there anything else in the kitchen? Can I sort of have a gander?
I didn't catch that. I think I froze for a second.
Sorry, is there anything else in the kitchen? Or do I need... I'm gonna sort of take a gander around, survey the room.
Other than like the cabinets and the table and like things you would expect, like the microwave and like stuff like that, it seems relatively bare.
Okay. In which case, I am gonna go back into the main room that we went into first. Is there a table in the first room we went into?
No, it's like an entry. So you the door you came in, you stepped through. There's
Into
the
the
kitchen
porch.
on your left. Well, not after you stepped through the porch, because that's a
Uh-huh.
separate space.
Sure.
Walked into this entry, and on your left
Oh,
was
I
the
gotcha.
kitchen,
Okay,
and on
cool.
your right was the living room, and then there were the stairs to go up.
That's fine. In which case, I am gonna basically get my pack and dump all of my things, so my pocketbook, my Walkman, both of my first aid kits out, and just try and start drying them out somewhere.
Okay.
Try and just sort of lay everything out so we can take a bit of stock, take a bit of an inventory.
Okay. Is there anything Mark would like to do?
Well, I've raided the fridge. I mean, the stuff in the fridge wasn't too bad, so maybe, hey, is there a pantry near here? Is there like a pantry room or something?
Yeah, I'll say that you find the pantry. The pantry is next to the fridge. And
Come
I'll say
on.
you...
Packaged crisps, like some kind of maize snacks. I know I'm gonna probably have the munchies later.
I'll say you managed to find an open box, partially used of, like, what do I want to say? Ritz crackers, like that.
All right, we got ourselves a feast.
It's like you find the half a sleeve where someone's opened it and, like, you know, just twisted the plastic around it. Yeah. Yep.
Ali, you fiend.
And as Mark finds this feast, we're gonna cut back over to Claire and Hannah, because I believe Claire said she was stepping further into the room. Claire, did you want to take a closer look at the robot first, or did you want to move in deeper to follow the trail of blood?
So her immediate concern is that trail of blood. She wants to know where it ends, but as she's walking, she does the quick, like, oof, whatever got that dog. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm not gonna let it get us. And then she follows the blood.
Okay. And Hannah, do you follow with her?
No, Hannah's gonna stop and take a look at the dog because she didn't get a chance to look at the little robot. So she wants to know what's going on with these things.
But you're both in the room now, is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna need witness the uncanny for Hannah, please.
Okay. Oof. Oh dear.
Can Claire have aided Hannah with this from giving her the heads up? Like the, hey, like, steel yourself before you come take a look at all this.
Yeah, I'll let you, what I'll do is I'll let you roll to help, because if you get full success, she can add +2 to that.
Okay. And I have a +2 history with Hannah. I'm not sure how that works in the system specifically.
If you don't have it added to the roll, you can just adjust what the roll says based on that.
Perfect.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I copied all of the rolling from the sheet I was given in another game, so I think, like, the pluses and minuses might have been my characters.
Yeah, I adjusted. Oh.
So Claire does her best to try and say, like, hey, be careful, like, make sure you're ready to see this. And instead it's just like, just super unhelpful, probably mumbles through the words as she's, like, completely caught up in looking at the blood.
Your help didn't seem to do any good.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so Hannah's just like, oh, shit. Oh, this looks a lot worse than... Oh.
So, Hannah, I'm going to need you to take a -1 on whatever your next roll is, and 1 stress.
Okay. Okay. So she's definitely kind of shaking. She's a little paler. She's avoiding looking at the blood altogether and is trying to pulling out her multi-tool and is trying to focus strictly on the robot that's been cleaved in half.
Okay. So Hannah focuses on the robot as Claire follows, and Claire, underneath the black, dark, unpowered television slumped against whatever the cabinetry is, you see a body, and nearby the body you notice a small caliber handgun.
Claire continues to, like, have her shirt over her nose, probably why her speech earlier was a little bit muffled, and just says softly, oof, sorry, buddy. I guess you won't be needing this anymore. And she'll go to take the handgun from the body. And I guess she's seen enough action films to know kind of where the safety is, and we'll make sure it's on before putting it in her back pocket.
Okay. If you decide you want to use it for use violence later, the way we're going to do it is rather than tracking ammo, you won't run out of ammo unless you roll low enough on your use violence.
Thank you very
nice and
much.
simple that way.
And Neekster, for that subscription, you have an advantage to gift a player of your choice.
And then Claire's gonna. Can Claire look closer at the body to figure out, like, she thinks she has an idea of what happened to this dude, i.e. the robot, but she wants to make sure.
Yeah, Claire can definitely tell that the robot got in the house, and even though the head of it has these small caliber gun barrels on it, it appeared to be like in a physical fight with this person.
Woof.
And as Claire's investigating the body and Hannah's investigating the robot, Fleur's laid all her things out on the floor, and Mark is finding food. You all hear from somewhere upstairs a burst of static. And you hear whatever the equivalent of like an emergency broadcast tone come over, cutting in and out through the static. Whatever the signal is appears to be very weak. I think I'm gonna need everyone to roll for Witness the Uncanny.
Oof.
Oof. Oh no.
Oof.
Our poor babies.
Roll 20, what you doing there?
What are you doing?
This feels like when I was playing Call of
We
Cthulhu.
gonna die in the first 5 minutes.
I mean, we've made it, what, an hour and a half?
Yay!
We're doing good.
job.
So it looks like we've got 3 failures and 1 partial success. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Hannah
Checks
got a
out.
failure, Allie got a partial, Claire got a failure, and Mark got a failure, I think.
I got a failure, yep.
Okay. So, words. Fleur, you only take a -1. You don't take the stress. So you have a -1 on whatever your next roll is.
Okay.
Everyone else, because this, it's quiet in this building, and this thing going off startles you. You all have a -1 to your next roll. Kat, I won't make you have a -2. They don't stack. You just have the -1 because I think you had that already.
Yeah, I used the -1 on this roll.
Okay, so then you do have a new -1 then.
Yep.
And then you all take 1 stress as well.
Hannah is not doing well. I think Hannah is she hears the burst of static and the tone, and she's got her multi-tool out, and she's fiddling with this robot, trying to figure out exactly what it is, how it works. Is there anything useful here? Maybe she can find out a manufacturer's mark, something is something useful. Try to do it, and she jumps and just kind of snaps off a piece of the robot and slices herself a little bit. So she's got a cut, not enough to give her an actual, it'll stop bleeding in a minute. It's nothing serious, but it's definitely kind of just added to everything, and she's just really stressed. She's starting to look really stressed.
Okay.
Does Claire
Anyone
notice?
else? Sure, I'll let Claire notice that.
Yeah.
I think Claire's done. Look, she doesn't as much. She she doesn't have anything else she's going to learn from the body. So as she stands up, puts the handgun away, and sees Hannah kind of nick herself, Claire will come over and say, "Hey, Hannah, it's okay. You can take a breather. You don't have to dive into this thing right now."
Hannah just kind of wraps her arms around her sister and puts her head on her shoulder, and you just hear a little bit of sniffling. And I want to go home. I want to be here. I missed you, and now this, and
I miss you too. And she'll like put an arm around Hannah, pat her on the head a couple of times, and go, "Yeah, no, I'm glad to be home, and well, I'm glad to be with you. That's kind of home for me. You know that, right, Hannah?"
I miss you so much. And her arms around her are hugging her tighter, like she doesn't really want to let go. This is her big sister is safe, and that's where she feels safe, and she really just doesn't want to deal with anything else around her right now. But
Yeah.
I think eventually she'll just kind of take a deep breath. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to replace those panties. So I'm sorry. I sort of tossed them, and
isn't the first, won't be the last time I lose a pair of panties in the woods. And then Claire gives Hannah a like real tight hug, and then like pats her on the head again and says, "Why don't we get that finger maybe bandaged up? I know Fleur is super responsible, and we'll have something for that."
yeah. She kept an eye out for me while you were gone. I guess she knew I was missing you. And then she looks at Claire and she goes, "And I want to hear that story
Maybe
later.
Maybe when you're a senior. Oh fuck. That's
I am
sooner
gonna be
than
a
I want
senior.
to tell you that story. Okay.
Okay, later. You can tell me
So
later."
I have a question for Claire. Since all this is happening, would Claire like to roll comfort for her sister?
Yeah.
So roll should be a thing. Roll plus heart if you're trying to comfort someone who's sad, angry, or in distress, which it sounds like Hannah is.
That's 2d6. Doesn't quite do it. I think maybe instead of being more comforting, she tries to take the funny route with her
Yeah.
panties in the woods story.
And Hannah's just like, she knows her sister's trying to help, but it's not really. But at least, I think it is a little just not enough. It helps a little, but just not enough. She's still pretty shook up.
And it probably reveals that maybe Claire's, because they're in this close embrace, maybe Claire's shaking a little bit
Yeah.
too, which also doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then you two were gonna head back out to the main entrance area.
Yeah, to the like a foyer or vestibule type area.
Yeah, the foyer.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
There was
Yes.
Was there a fire in the fireplace in the living room?
Yes, there's a fireplace and there's a small fire.
How close was the body to it?
Um,
Asking this in meta.
right. So the way I see it is the TV was, let's see. So if you walk in the door and the robot was there and the trail went off to the left, the body was slumped up against maybe like a bookshelf, and the TV was on the same bookshelf but kind of in the corner, and then on the other corner was the fireplace, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. We should probably dry off, at least build up the fire.
Let's go see what Mark and Fleur have found. Maybe
Okay. Yeah.
maybe they also found a gun, which is an awful thing to say, but
Wait, you found a... Oh.
oh yeah, I found a gun.
This seems
I
like a good place to cut to Fleur as she hears the static and the tone coming from upstairs, and she's currently in the foyer all on her own.
Oh shit. Right. And she sort of like tries to grab something, and she once again grabs a little piece of wood because she doesn't have anything else. And she's gonna just start towards the stairs. She's not gonna go up them, but she's just gonna like. Is it like a curved staircase, or is it like a straight up one?
It's definitely, there's like half a set of stairs, the landing, and then half a set of stairs. Yep.
Sure. Okay, then she is gonna try and quietly just go up to that landing and see if she can listen out. And she's holding her little piece of wood ready, and her torch as well, because she's got both. She's sort of dual wielding at the moment.
Okay. If Fleur's gonna listen, I need to take stock, please.
The bane of my life. Okay. Oh, okay, yay. Go me.
I mean, at least with looking, listening, or smelling, you can't hurt yourself or another person or make things worse.
Oh,
so
no,
that's
I
always a
heard that.
bonus.
That hurt me emotionally. Okay, sure. Okay, then what do I see and what do I hear, please?
Okay. You see up the stairs part of a hallway. You can't quite tell if there's any doors, though it seems to go on long enough that you would imagine there's at least a door somewhere up on there.
Okay.
And you continue to hear the emergency tone cutting through the static, and as you listen carefully, you hear words. It's really hard to make out at this point, but someone is talking. It sounds important, as it's obviously on an emergency channel.
Okay.
But you just can't quite make out what it is, though you catch like 3 or 4 numbers rattled off in a row.
Okay. Can I remember those numbers, or is it just like really, really quick?
I'll say you remember them. I'm not gonna like give you specifics. It's just you will remember them.
Okay, cool.
And with that, we'll cut over to Mark, who also from in the kitchen heard the static.
I mean, I'm sure someone else is dealing with that. So, I don't think I'm gonna go any closer. It sounds kind of scary, you know. Maybe I should look for a place that's kind of safe. Like maybe there's a safe room or a walk-in freezer. You hear that? A walk-in freezer? We can, maybe we can find one.
I'm tempted to give you a -1 for that joke. But I won't. I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Walk-in freezer.
I don't know why.
The only other door you notice from in the kitchen still is another door to exit or enter the building.
Oh no, that's no good. I mean, I don't like being alone either, so I'm gonna like move into the maybe the foyer or something. Like, hey, would everyone go?
All right. So I'd say at about that time, everyone rejoins Fleur in the foyer. Fleur, you're standing on the landing of the stairs, looking and listening up the stairs. Claire and Hannah come in from the one room, and Mark comes in from the other, and you hear him go, "Hey, where did everybody go?"
And I just immediately sort of, and then I sort of gesture vividly. Do I see that Claire's got a gun?
Oh, I think Claire is like hearing the noises, and when you do she like pulls out the gun and then points
I
it.
go from shh, there's the noise, and I slowly go, and I sort of mouth, why do you have a gun? I was like,
and she's making like, I don't know, but I do, and it seems like it's maybe helpful, but all that's silent, and it's just like aggressive arm gestures and waving a gun.
And Hannah's brandishing a leg from the creature, holding it like a bat, like something that it's. I'm assuming these have pointy ends on them, so it looks like something that she could like either hit something with or poke at it with. From the
dog or from the first thing that was found?
From the dog, from the thing that was in the living room with the body.
If you're holding a leg from the dog, that's more of like it ends in like a 3-toe kind of thing, and they're not. It's definitely, you could bludgeon with it, but it's definitely not like a stabby thing like the smaller would have been.
Bludgeon is fine. So she's wielding it like a baseball bat.
I just want to take a second too to look at chat and be like, chat, don't aggressively wave a gun around. It's dangerous. We're playing a game, but don't do that in real life. Okay, so we've all reconvened.
Really a problem anywhere except for America.
And I'm in America, so
It's like, listen up, kids. Mouse says don't wave guns around.
Yeah, kiddos.
I for many years I was a certified firearm safety instructor. Watch that muzzle. You don't point that at things you don't intend to shoot.
Oh,
So,
man.
you've all reconvened. Fleur, would you like to...
Yes. I shall put it into my lips, try and get hold of the fact that somehow Claire in her infinite wisdom has acquired a gun, but I'm not really surprised considering school. At all. Not surprised. And then I'm just going to sort of shoot her a quick look, and then I'm going to slowly climb the stairs towards where I can hear the noise with my flashlight and a little piece of wood. Dual wielding.
All right. So Fleur is headed further up the stairs with no explanation of why she's going, though you can imagine it's probably the static. Oh, did you say and I missed it?
I
I'm
sort of
sorry.
gestured and went like, ah! Oh, good.
Is she going alone, or is anyone going to go with her?
I think Hannah's gonna follow up behind her. She's stressed, but she's not gonna let Fleur go by herself.
And Claire is like, I have a gun! And then is like also going up the stairs. But at the same time, she's also like looking to Mark and Fleur and Hannah and is also making gestures like, do you have any idea how to use this?
Oh, jeez.
She seems like she'd be pretty happy to give the gun to someone else.
I am standing behind Claire. I am not standing in front of Claire at all.
I'm gonna die!
I mean, Hannah's just like, you know, this is. I think Hannah being more mechanically minded than Claire, probably as she walked past Claire to go with Flora, even though she's shaking, seeing Claire waving this gun around is kind of like, and she's gonna walk by. She's gonna take her sister's hand. She's going to point the muzzle down, and she's going to make sure that the safety is on, and just, you know, put her sister's hand down so that the muzzle's pointing at the ground. Hold it like this until you see one of those things, and points, kind of indicates back to the living room.
Okay.
And she just keeps going, and this is all just like in a few seconds. She just like takes it, thumbs it, points and pulls her sister's hands down and goes, hold it like this until you see one of those things, and then follows right on behind Fleur.
All right. So we've got Fleur going up first, followed by, I'm guessing, Hannah, because she walked past her sister, then Claire, then Mark at the end. Sounds good? Okay. Fleur, you get to the top of the stairs and you see a hallway like you assumed from where you saw on the landing. You see at the end of the hallway a single door that is open, and there's a flicker of light that is definitely not like electronic lights. It's some other type of fire.
Okay, I'm gonna inch towards that door.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, can I peek? Is it ajar again?
Yes.
No, it's a door.
Except when it's ajar.
Can I peek into the room, please?
Yes, I would love another take stock, please.
Yeah, I know, I love so much. Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Scrat, can we go back to the creepy music?
Oh yeah, let's get it creepy in here. Which one are we on at the minute?
I'm gonna.
Oh,
No, it's gonna be great.
fades in softly there.
All right. On a miss, I'm guessing you'd like to know what you see because it's the only one you get. You only get to choose one of them.
Thank you.
All right. You see as the door, you push the door open and peek in. You see a bed in one corner, a table on the opposite corner. On table is it's either a battery powered lantern or an oil lantern, but it definitely has real fire in it. And on the table next to the lantern is a map and a pair of binoculars and the radio that you hear the static coming from.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna inch my way into the room, and can I just quickly do it like a quick ready in case something's about to jump out? And I'm gonna go into the room and get ready.
Yes,
Ready.
I will let you tactically enter the room ready in case anything happens.
Enter the room. I'm so ready.
You steel yourself for whatever might jump out at you,
I will.
but all there is the flickering of the lantern and the items I've described.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna poke my head back out in the door and just go, and then head back towards the room, and I'm gonna move towards that radio. Are the numbers still rattling off?
Yes, and after a careful minute or two of listening, you manage to catch a few more numbers, and even without looking at the map, you can determine that they're probably latitude, longitude.
Sure. Okay. Can I combine the two? And sort
Yes.
of look at the map and yeah.
Yep. You definitely their coordinates to the abandoned military base that was built in the nearby mountain.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fine. It's fine, right?
Sure. Yeah. Great. Okay. I'm just sort of gesture if people aren't coming in already. I'll gesture in.
I think Hannah's kind of standing in the doorway, trying to keep an eye on anything else in these rooms. She's really jumpy.
I'll keep watch at the back, watch our back. That's a good place to be. Yeah.
So do you stop at the top of the stairs then, Mark, without going down the hallway?
Yeah, I'll stay at the top of the stairs, just make sure nothing's following us up. I'm just checking. I don't want to be snuck up on. I'm not scared. You're scared.
Claire will walk in and grab for the binoculars while Floor's listening in on the radio and kind of putting them up to her eyes and just like do a quick scan out the window.
Okay. You definitely can grab the binoculars if you want to take a look out the window with them. I'm going to need a take stock, please.
All right. Quattro.
All right.
Quattro.
Before I describe what you see, I have a question. Fleur, as you figured out that it was the military base at the mountain, would you have vocalized that news immediately?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's this map and it's all pointing towards. Do you remember the old military base they put up when we were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the map. Take the map. Mark, you need to take the map. Put a mark on it. Show where is it on the map?
Mark's all the way down the corridor. He's
No,
and then
not that Mark. Put a mark on the map.
Oh right, there's a lot of them here.
We will play pin the tail on Mark later.
Okay, and I just sort of point at it.
Yep. As that's going down, Claire, I'm gonna say you probably try and look through the binoculars to find the base because you roughly have an idea where it would be, but on a miss you don't quite get what you're looking for. Instead, what you see is arrayed throughout the forest you see more and more of those red lights that you saw earlier. It's hard to say with how much they're moving if there's a dozen or more, but it's definitely more than the 5, 6 technically, with the one destroyed in the yeah. It's there's quite a few of whatever this is going on. And in fact, you see off in the distance specifically, it actually takes a tree out as you're watching, Claire. You see a large bipedal one with a pair of arms. On one end appears to be some kind of blade, and on the other arm is a machine gun, you're guessing. And here's a picture for you.
Claire jumps and goes, "Oh shit, I was gonna say this thing was broken because all I could see was red light, but there are a bunch of those outside."
What? There's more?
Oh yeah, bigger ones too. Some have the gun arms. One has a blade. It does look pretty cool, but this is bad.
Are they coming?
They seem to be patrolling. Is going to be Claire's guess at what they're doing.
That's a good guess.
And then she'll look around and be like, "Hey, Mark, come in here. You're gonna want to see this too."
Oh, okay. Nothing come up the stairs yet.
Okay. I don't think we can be here.
Hannah just had a thought. Hannah's like, and she does not want to look out the window. She's trying to avoid that because she really doesn't want to see these things. But she's like, she goes to her sister and she whispers in her ear, "How did that guy get here?"
I don't know. Maybe he lived here.
Maybe he had something to drive.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. We should take a look for that car.
Wait, you guys, I'm gonna go down back downstairs to the kitchen. I'm gonna just go see if I can find the keys, okay? Because she really doesn't want to be upstairs. She's just really kind of twitching out about that for some reason. It's just with the noise and what her sister said is out the windows. She wants to be someplace where she can run because I think she would feel trapped with as stressed as she is up on the second floor. So she's going to just make her way downstairs and start looking for keys.
Good luck.
Okay. As Hannah makes her way back down the stairs, as soon as she's alone in the foyer, she catches a small red light out the window towards where, in front of where the porch was. And it moves past quickly, and she hears because the one door's open, but you closed the porch door specifically, right?
Yep.
You do still hear the of the smallest robot you've encountered so far as it scuttles by, and you catch the light as it's going past you or around the building. It's hard to tell.
She just kind of is trying to stay out of, just kind of like these like ducks. Like,
would you like to roll to hide?
yes, I would like to roll to hide. Oh, and I have a -1 to this too. Shoot. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. I just know it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Roll 20 is out for blood tonight. This morning, today.
Ouch. That's...
This time zone.
Is this time zone specifically?
Perish.
Oh, let's start by Saturday morning.
Okay.
You can
I'm
have
gonna
coffee,
say, with your miss, you make a narrow escape without being seen, it's going to cost you. So what happens as Hannah tries to hide that is detrimental to what's going on?
I think. I think what happens is, um, as she's coming downstairs and she tries to hide, she ducks, but she's gripping this metal that she took off of this robot in the other room so tightly, and I mean her hand is she's got a small cut on her hand. She's twisted her ankle. She's not doing real well. She's very scared, very shaky, and as she just kind of collapses to the ground trying to hide, uh, she's gonna actually cut her hand worse on some of that jagged metal, and I think take another harm if you're good with that.
Oh yes, if you want to hurt yourself, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I think that's the cost to her is she's now gashed up a hand pretty well.
All right. Luckily, it appears to wander past the house and not notice you.
And she's just I don't. It's going to take her several minutes. I think at least 2 or 3 minutes before she can get up and go back to what she was trying to do initially downstairs.
Okay. Well, we'll leave Hannah for a moment to let her pick herself back up and go back upstairs to where everyone else is.
Okay, Flair's sort of bent over the map, just sort of like trying to plot their route. Look, okay, I don't know about you, Claire, but that military base is the furthest thing I want. I want to be as far away from that as I can. If this thing is broadcasting, maybe that's where these things are from.
Have you tried any other channels? Maybe there's someone else broadcasting?
Good point. Okay, and I go to change the channel, the dial.
Okay.
The frequency.
I'll say, because of certain things that could happen fiddling with a radio, I'm gonna need a search roll to find a channel.
Okay. Oh my god.
All right.
Roll 20 is so great today.
So, on a miss, you choose. You accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
Okay, maybe I'm like trying to fiddle with it too much and I don't really do technology. So I'm trying to fiddle with it too much and maybe the dial like comes off of is it quite an old radio? Or
yeah, it's not like really old, but it's definitely not whatever would be top of the line for the 1980s. It's definitely also it's just one of those like little emergency radios. It's not like a full stereo radio.
Okay,
so
sure.
yeah, you can totally twist the knob off.
Dial. Yeah. Oh shit.
The great thing about this is you fail forward because that's how this game works. So this happens, but you do manage to briefly get a clearer signal, and you hear a human voice, a male human voice over the radio calling off these coordinates, and
I immediately sort of look on the map.
It's the same coordinates that you've heard before, that you heard already, but you also hear him going, "We don't know what happened. These things came out of the ocean on containers. we evacuated the civilians to the military base as fast as we could. Anyone that's still out there, make your way to these coordinates. And you catch that once or twice in and out of static, and then you lose the radio. The radio quits working entirely after that.
Oh my god, Claire, did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm glad you were here to hear it with me. I
don't know what's going on. Like, wait, my parents, our parents, that everyone's in there?
Yes, they're all there. They all made it there, and now it's our turn to make it there too.
No, wait. What if it's a trap, Claire? What if they're doing this and then we go there and, you know? What if something... Oh god, we should try and go to town. You know, someone might still be in town. Maybe my parents or somebody.
You heard the man on the radio. He said that the civilians were evacuated to the military base. I'm sure our parents made it there. You know what? I feel really strongly that they all made it there safe. We can't stay here, and that seems like the best place to go next.
Okay. Just okay. Let's just. I know, you know, you're really cool and daring and whatever, Claire, but we need to be careful. Don't go jumping off into the ocean or running off. You know, we need to be... Hannah, we need to be careful. Okay?
Yeah. No, you're right. And Claire's like trying to put on this big, brave, strong face and say repeatedly that she believes everyone's parents made it. But she's like tapping her foot on the floor nervously, and she's like kind of like picking at her nails a bit.
Okay.
We're gonna make it. We gotta go now.
Yeah, okay. And Flair sort of reaches out and just sort of lightly touches Claire on the shoulder. Yeah, we're gonna be... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. See, you did it. You got us the coordinates.
Just listen,
know where we're gonna go.
No, it's fine. Look, I'll go down and grab my things. I found another first aid kit. Maybe we can patch ourselves up and then maybe head out.
Yep.
How many of them were out there, did you see?
A lot, but honestly, we gotta go no matter how many there are.
Okay, I'll go down and meet you downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it matters, Claire, you have a rough count of a dozen for sure, maybe more.
Yeah. I think Claire is purposely keeping that to herself. She knows the numbers are bad, but she also knows they can't stay here.
Yeah. So, and then, while I wait for Scrat to be done, what does Mark do when the radio stuff happens here?
Claire, Fleur, I'm just gonna try and stick mostly with the group. I realize that we're facing lots of things here, and the radio's really scary, and I have a lump of wood. It's not going well, so I'm gonna try and stay somewhere close to someone, and hope that they see me through this safely. I might start rummaging around in my pack and see if I can find a little metal box which should be watertight.
Sure, if you want to do that, I'll need to take stock.
By the power of Grayskull! Damn it! Oh, wait, hang on, I have this ability. See the world my way. You have your own approach to everything. What others deem unimportant, you notice. Where they see dots, you see a picture. Alright. Maybe you sometimes read too much into things, but hey, at least you're considering all the possibilities. When you roll to take stock and miss, choose one and get all the details.
Okay.
What do I see?
So you're digging through your pack?
Yeah.
Okay. You see all of the clothes that you've packed for this camping week that you came off of. What do you want to see? What did you pack?
Well, there's a little metal tin that might have a pre-rolled cigarette in there, if you know what I mean.
Well, you definitely, with your ability, you get to have that.
Oh, great. Okay, I just open it, check it's dry, good, close it, put it back. Everything's fine. Great. We're gonna be just fine.
I'm tempted to ask, would that comfort Mark that's still okay? Would you like to roll to try and comfort yourself having found that?
Hell yes. Is that persuade?
Yeah, plus heart, comfort.
I've got heart reader person. I don't have a heart comfort.
Oh, did I miss comfort somehow?
Ah, it's all
It's
good.
not in there.
I just did the slash roll.
My bad.
I'll just read a person. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Oh. Wow, roll 20. Wow.
Wow.
For blood.
Okay. Well, in this instance, based on what we're using it for, I won't say it makes anything worse, but you're not comforted enough to actually like remove a stress, I'll say. All right. And I think that's where we check back down on Hannah downstairs.
So, I mean, she's kind of hearing them a little bit from up there, and she hears the radio, and she hears the man's voice, and she's like, "We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here." And so she's gonna pick herself up, and she's just kind of, scrubbing at her eyes and her glasses, and she's like, trying to find something to clean her glasses off, because at this point they're been splashed with muddy and they're wet, and it's she barely sees. She's gonna kind of try to clean them off a little bit, and she's gonna start looking for keys, whether there's hooks by the door, maybe there's a bowl in the kitchen on a cable or somewhere. She's going to she'll search the living room, pointedly ignoring both the blood, the body, and the robot, as she's just kind of trying to stay focused on looking for keys.
Okay. You can definitely, I'll let you search both the living room and the kitchen with this roll, but I'm gonna need a search roll.
I'm gonna go.
All right. So you get a partial success, 7 and 9. You are successful, so you do find keys, and I'll let you describe how that works. But in doing so, you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
I think she sees there's a she missed the basket in the entryway, just because it just kind of, she was so focused on the kitchen and the living room that it was only after she had gone through both of them that she saw the basket, and that would make sense, and then sees the keys in the basket. But as she was searching through the kitchen, the lantern was lit upstairs, right? Okay. As she was searching through the kitchen, I think she accidentally knocked like dishes or glasses that were out, just shattering them all over the floor. So there's what they hear upstairs. All of a sudden, is this kind of crash of breaking glass. Something broke.
Yeah, I definitely can go with that. I think there was like the drying rack where the plates were stacked up sideways,
Mm-hmm.
and in Hannah's eagerness to search, she bumped that whole drying rack off onto the floor, and those ceramic plates just shattered, creating a very loud noise.
I was heading downstairs anyway, and as I'm heading downstairs, I hear the shatter, and then I just start taking the stairs two at a time. And quickly, Hannah? Hannah, are you... Hannah?
She's standing in the entryway, just near the front door, which she realizes is still kind of open and kind of pushes it closed behind. Did she see another door in the kitchen? Or is this the only door in and out?
No, there was a second door to exit. It was definitely an exterior door because Mark saw it earlier.
Okay. She goes, I found some keys.
And Fleur just sort of like breathes a quick sigh of relief and goes over to her and just sort of goes, oh my god. And then she looks a little closer and sees her hand.
Yeah, she's kind of like trying to hide.
She immediately takes it and what is this?
I cut myself. It's all right. I cut myself. It's all right.
No,
I got keys.
no,
We got
Hannah.
keys. We can go.
I don't, Hannah. And I just sort of I grab her keys and I put them down. I don't care about your keys right now. We need to take a look at your hand. And she just sort of tugs it towards the kitchen where her first aid kit's still are.
And Hannah just kind of gives up and lets Fleur take her by the hand and package her hand, take care of her hand.
Yeah. So I just Fleur just heads into the kitchen, grabs the first aid kit, some bandages and some little antiseptic wipes, and just sort of starts helping her out. You need to be more careful, but anywhere else that hurts?
I mean, I twist my ankle and break my knee, but in case it make me feel better, we gotta go.
I know, we will, but you need to take care of yourself, okay?
I am. It's Clara, we gotta go. That man, what did he say?
Okay, what did he... Something about people being... basically, me and Claire think that the whole town's in the military base. They're hiding from these things, and my parents, your parents, they're all there. So, in a moment, when we're all done and ready, we're gonna head over there. But right now, it's okay. And I take her good hand and I give it a squeeze. It's okay. We're gonna be all right. Okay.
And she's just a little, as pale as she is, she's just a little flushed on her cheeks.
Yeah. And she says, "Look, if worst comes to worst, I'm sure we can get Mark to carry you." Okay.
Sorry, I just watched Scrap Up. I think Claire can handle it.
I'm sure she can. Okay.
Maybe
And then she just gives a little squeeze on the arm and then starts getting her pack and putting the... So I've used one first aid kit there. I've got one left and putting everything else back in my pack. And just sort of, again, I give Hannah just another quick little squeeze. We're gonna be okay, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I think for flavor, what we'll say is the first aid kit you found here wasn't quite full, and so you end up using a little bit of both. You still have like one full set at the end, but what happens is you have to use some things from yours and whatever they had in the one that you found here.
You got it.
And so that's why it's gone now.
Sure.
So Hannah reluctantly lets go of Floor's hand and just kind of, I gotta get Claire and Mark. I'll tell them about the keys. I'll be right back, okay? Stay down, because I saw lights. Stay down, okay?
They're all outside, don't worry, we'll be okay.
All right.
I'll meet you back here.
Okay. And Hannah's gonna go upstairs to find her sister and Mark and let her know that she found the keys.
Okay. So I think what happens is, as Hannah makes it her way into the foyer once more, we'll cut back upstairs to Mark and Claire.
So, Claire, I've got some good news.
I would love to hear any good news right now.
My tin is intact.
Oh God, Mark. Now is really not the time for that.
Hey, but you know, when we get through this, we've got something to look forward to, right? The little victories.
Uh, um, you can save it all for yourself. I've been trying to clean up my act a little bit. So I won't be joining you, but hey, I hope you enjoy yourself, but not until we're done with this shit.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I mean, if you want to light it now and enjoy it, I would let you remove a stress without rolling comfort.
I literally just got told not until afterwards. I mean, I'm an asshole, but not that much of an asshole, so,
I just thought I'd offer your character an alternative choice.
Devil's advocate over there.
Oh.
I mean, you could give it to Claire and I'd let her remove that stress too. It doesn't matter.
She's trying to clean up her act. I can't... I'm such a bad influence.
She's trying real hard not to do as many drugs as she did in high school.
So I think what happens is as soon as this drug conversation happens is when Hannah gets to them. So she overhears this.
She just looks at Park. She's like, "Oh shit, fuck, dude, look, please, I need a drag."
Hannah? What?
What?
No one's gonna have a drag right now.
Oh.
What?
And she holds up her bleeding hand, points to her ankle, and goes, "Fine, you be designated driver," and tosses her the keys.
People are not gonna do drugs in the... Okay, first off, nice job. Second, no one can... This is a bad time to do drugs. I should know.
No, Claire, I love you. This is the perfect time for me to do drugs.
Hannah, didn't I set a terrible example for you?
Yeah, why do you think I need a drag?
I guess in a way this is my fault, maybe?
Hey, look,
Okay.
we didn't find a liquor cabinet. I need a coping mechanism, because I am done.
Look.
Oh gosh.
Look, okay, look. I don't think that we should open up the drugs right now, but look, here's what I'm gonna do for you, Hannah. You're too young for drugs anyway. What is this? Here's a tin of beans and a half-eaten frankfurter. That'll sort you out. There you go.
I guess we'll just let chaos reign in the backseat. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Flo's putting her stuff together, and she walks over to Claire. She goes, "Shit, man, touch my hand."
Oh.
What? Say again?
No, it's Flo's picking her stuff up. She's got her first aid kit, but she should be ready to go. We gotta find the car that those keys belong to.
Let's go.
All right, let's find the car. We got this. Go team.
Yeah.
So the three of you make your way back downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Fleur, are you still in the kitchen or did you go into the foyer eventually?
I've just as they come downstairs, I'm just exiting the kitchen and I've got my pack ready and got my little piece of wood, got my torch, I'm ready.
Okay. So, what's the plan?
We gotta get in that car. We gotta find it. Did we see a vehicle as we were coming up on the cabin?
Nope.
Oof.
The only thing you can think with the information you have probably is that it's on literally the other side of the building, so you wouldn't have been able to see it from where you were.
Okay. Claire looks at the two of them and goes, since I have the gun, I guess I'll go take a quick peek around the side of the building and see if we can find the car, and then once we know where it is, we can just mad dash to it.
That's a little risky, but I guess we've not really got anything else to try.
All right. And then Claire, that's enough permission for her. She's just going to go and she's going to try and stake out the other side.
Okay. Are you going to go back out to the porch the way you came in, or are you going to try that other door in the kitchen?
The other door.
Okay. I'm going to need a search roll to try and find this car, please, as you step out back into the wet night.
8.
All right. Well, that's a partial success. You do see the car parked less than 5 feet from where you are, but you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
I think she definitely attracts some unwanted attention. Maybe the door creaks open on its hinges and makes more sound than she wanted to make.
Okay. So you push the door open, and it just, like you say, it creaks really loudly on rusty hinges. And as you, I'm gonna say, because the door, if you push the door open with your right hand, you start looking at your left, and you kind of pan around, and you spot the profile of a pickup truck. And directly behind that pickup truck, you spot a pair of red lights that have now perked up and pointed themselves right at you. And they start to run around the truck.
Oof. She'll duck back inside real quick and shut the door more quickly than she should, and look to the rest of the group and say, I found the truck, and I also found 2 of those robots. We got to move fast. Are we ready to go?
What?
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
Claire, do you think
Yeah.
you can shoot that gun?
I do. Actually, you know what? I might have an idea for a distraction so that maybe we can drive away if someone... Can someone else drive?
Yes, I can drive. I should
Sure.
have some lessons.
So she'll underhand the keys over to Fleur, and then when she dropped her backpack in the woods, there were only like 3 things she took out of it. One of them was a Roman candle, and then the other one was like a nice Zippo lighter. And she'll kind of pull those out and look at the group and say, I think maybe if we set these off at the front door and then shoot out the back, we might be able to go before these things get us.
I love you, sis. Be careful, okay?
All right, y'all gotta go. And I'll be there in a second.
All right.
Jesus, all right. And Fleur just starts off towards the exit with the keys, just like the right key just in her hand, just ready to meet the door or the car.
All right.
Okay.
I was gonna say Hannah's gonna wait for Mark to go past because she's not leaving this building without her sister.
Yeah, I'll head out. Yeah.
And I think as Mark heads out, or as Hannah is standing there, Cameron will take Claire will take the gun and then like kind of offer it to either one of them and says, I want one of y'all to take this. I've got the candle and the Zippo lighter for now.
I could take the lighter.
Hannah will take the gun.
Okay. Be careful. And actually, you know what? You're probably going to be better with this than I am. There you go.
That's why I took the class.
And then Claire will run to the front door and get ready to like do the thing where she's going to light the Roman candle and set it off while the rest of the group goes through the back door.
And
Okay. Go ahead, Hannah.
I was just gonna say, and just Hannah's getting ready to cover Mark and Fleur as they run out for the truck.
Okay. I think if what I imagine is happening, I'm guessing that Mark and Fleur want to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because Claire is trying to make a distraction. So I'm gonna need a hide roll from Mark and Fleur.
Okay.
And Claire, I'm gonna need a push through because what I'm imagining is you're gonna set up this Roman candle and book it back through the house.
Yep.
So I'm gonna need a push through to count for your sprinting through the house.
Perfect.
I'm gonna use my advantage roll. Thank you for the advantage, Elia. Yay. I'm gonna use my advantage, so that means I roll twice and get the highest number out of those, right?
Yep.
Haven't done this in a while. Thank you. Okay.
A 10, nice.
Go me.
Two 10s in a row.
Go me. That's it. I've just taken all of the 10s from this game. You're welcome. Go me.
All right. And then is Mark trying to be quiet or is he just going?
I'll try and be quiet. Yeah. So this is hide, right?
Yep.
Hey.
Yay!
All right.
It worked.
All right. So,
Sneaky team.
Mark and Fleur crouch down low, but not so low that they can't be quick. Make their way to the truck. I'm gonna say, because Fleur is driving, so I'm gonna say Mark gets there a second ahead of her, just enough that he opens the door, which is unlocked, and he throws himself into the cabin, and she can get in immediately behind him. Mm-hmm. At the same time that Fleur closes the door, and you're now in the dark cab of the truck, the Roman candle goes off on the other side of the house. And so the two dogs that were running keep going further and just loop around the house entirely, as opposed to looping around just the car. And they, for Mark and Fleur, they disappear around the other end of the house from where they can see. And Claire got a 6. Fail.
Yep.
Okay. So
opens yourself up to more harm or to danger.
Okay. So I think what happens if you're opening yourself up to more danger is because you didn't want this to go off in the house, you actually stepped out of the porch back into the yard on that side, and it actually startles you a little when it goes off, even though you're expecting it, and you slip and fall, and so you don't actually manage to get back into the house before the dogs around the corner on either side of you, and now you're essentially in a pincer attack.
I think she, like, as she falls back, she like crab walks backwards and kind of like hits up on the like door frame and is trying to scramble back up to her feet and get inside.
Okay. I'm gonna need I'm not gonna make you roll again. I'm gonna say that you managed to scramble back in and get to your feet and make it back to your sister.
Okay. But I guess now the dogs probably know that, like, she's going back to the house and the rest of the group is not here.
Yeah, so the way I imagine the porch door is it's one of those, like, heavy spring-loaded doors, so that you pushed it, you had to open it again to get back, and then it closes itself as you're going in, so that the only reason it wasn't closed the first time is it obviously didn't latch.
Yep.
It's definitely heavy enough that if you open it wide and let it go, it should close itself. So the dogs can't follow you inside because, as far as you know, they can't open doors.
Perfect. So she doesn't, I guess, look back behind her much as he scrambles back and then flips over, like, jumps to her feet and is almost like falling forward and will, like, jump in maybe the back of the truck, not even kind of like making it into the cabin.
Okay.
Is Claire... Sorry.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Hannah, you see Claire come tearing through the kitchen.
Yeah, she's holding the door, letting her sister go past her, and then she's like, "Go, go, 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 go!" And I mean, she's waiting for Fleur to get the truck started and get ready to go before, and she will follow behind her sister to get into the bed of the truck, and she's pointing the gun, see what. She's kind of looking around through the bed of the truck, not looking forward to see if anything's coming.
Yeah. Fleur's key is in the ignition, and she's turned it as she hears go, 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 and she's just getting the engine ready, and her foot is like centimeters off the pedal, just ready to floor it.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll just a 1d6, Fleur. It's not any of your moves or any of that. I just want to see.
Oh, nuts.
Okay. With a 3, I will narrow it down. I'll give you a 50-50 shot. I have this nifty D1, D20 coin. If
Okay.
I flip it on a 20, the car starts. If I flip it on a 1, the car does not start. The car starts. It takes a couple of takes a couple of tries, but you do get the car started up. It roars to life. The headlights come on. I think what happens is as the headlights burst on and the engine roars to life is the same time the Roman candles are finally finished. And now you realize that between the Roman candles going off, because they're bright and loud, and now this car is on, that you notice all of these lights. There's so many red lights through the forest, and there are some that are at the height of these dogs. There are dozens of that. And there are a couple, Claire, that there's 3 or 4 of the taller ones that you saw of the whatever the bipedal thing was. And you can't actually see what it is through the trees, but there is a light just above, like at the very edge of the tree line, far off, and there's this loud boom, boom, and you can see this light. The way it's bobbing is almost like 2 feet, slowly walking.
Is it red?
Yes, it's the same red light as all these other ones, and it is almost the height of the tree line.
Oof.
Here's another picture for y'all.
And at that, Claire doesn't even bother to raise
Whoa.
the size and scale of this to the rest of the group. It's like kind of through that window. She's like looking and making almost a terrified face at Fleur and Mark and going like, floor it.
Fleur
Yeah.
fucking floors it. Yeah, I'm just gonna floor it.
All right, I'm gonna say for chat, because they can't see the picture, essentially just imagine Metal Gear Rex from Metal Gear Solid in '98. That's pretty much what they're looking at. This giant robot. Yeah, so you floor it. Let's see here.
I'd like to help floor it by turning on the radio.
Sure, I'll let you roll to help.
Okay.
How does one roll to help?
Roll to help.
Since I didn't know whose bonds were gonna be what, I didn't make a help. So if you just roll 2d6, and then you can add, if you have a positive bond with Fleur, you can add a +2. If you have a negative bond with Fleur, you subtract whatever.
I have HX +1, so that's the thing, right?
Yep.
Is that +2 or +1?
The way it works is a little weird. I'll say it's a +2 that you can add to the d6 that you're rolling.
Hey.
All right. So, Fleur, I'm gonna need you to make a push through to jam down on the gas pedal, but you're gonna get that +1 for Mark's partial
Plus
success.
1. Okay, sure. So that's a 6 in total.
Okay. So that's still a failure.
Yeah.
You can pick any of the 4 options, it's a miss, so you pick 2. I'm gonna say one of them has to be you risk the group's safety.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I floored it, and as I floored it, perhaps I floor it a bit too much, and the car briefly judders and sort of jumps forward. And as it jumps forward, because none of us are wearing seatbelts, because we're responsible kids, none of us are. The steering wheel kind of smacks into me, and I just sort of get winded. So that'll be a +1 harm. Yeah, but then it keeps going.
Okay. So you accidentally hurt yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what happens to risk the group's safety is because you were so focused on flooring it, you weren't necessarily pointed the direction you wanted to go. Like, yeah, you're gonna go mostly straight, but you actually end up instead of heading right to the road, you end up a little bit off, and you actually, there are, for a couple of seconds, there's trees whizzing past the window on either side of the truck as these robots are also getting closer. And in fact, I'm going to say half a dozen of the dogs, the closest ones, you start to hear what sounds like small caliber machine gun fire, and you can see dirt spray as they start to attack. But they don't hit anyone at this point. And then you whip the wheel around and you skid onto the road. And so at that point, you're on the road. It is not raining, but it's a clear night now. You can see the stars overhead, especially because it's very, very dark. What's gonna happen?
Are we still being followed, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Or wait, okay.
Hannah's shooting at the closest dog's following.
If you want to shoot, I would say that's just a use violence, and I'll say if you get a full success, I'll allow you to take out a dog in a single hit.
Can I use my ability to get out of to escape from danger, having to have had to escape from bullies and other unpleasant folks who have made my life?
Well, isn't that specifically for? Is that to any role, or is it for a specific role?
This is when you push through to escape danger.
Right, and I'm asking for a use violence if you want to
Okay.
shoot.
Gotcha.
That's why I was like, yeah, I thought that was a push through only. All right. So a 7 and 9. You take things too far. You end up in a bad spot. You lose the trust of one of your friends. You injure yourself, or you accidentally hurt someone else.
Takes things too far. She only meant to fire off one shot, and instead fired off like 3. Just
okay. I don't think a 7 is low enough that I'm gonna say you just completely empty the mag. If you'll allow, I will use my coin again. And on a 20, you still have ammo, and on a 1, you do empty the mag. But I'm not just gonna force you to empty the mag on a 7.
Okay.
Sounds good?
That sounds good.
You still have ammo. The slide does not slam back and lock. And you do manage to hit the dog, but it does not take the dog out.
She just kind of sits back on her butt, holding the gun like this, and it's just like, it's panting. She's just almost done. She's pretty terrified.
All right. Well, that's happening. Claire, what would you like to do?
Claire is also like in the back of this truck with Hannah, is like crouched down over like the back of it with one hand like on Hannah, one on the truck, and her eyes like off looking at what's following them. And then she has a thought of, ooh, whoever owned this truck lived in the woods. Maybe they recklessly left some like hunting rifles in the back of their truck, so it's, ready if they go on a hunt. So she'll like turn around and do an inspection of the truck bed and see if at the very least there's anything useful in here.
Okay, I will definitely let you make a search roll to see if there's another gun or anything else in this truck.
Or like masonry bricks to throw, or chains. So I'll take stock.
I'd like a search, because there's...
Oh, sorry.
You're driving in this car going very fast. Your sister's firing a gun next to you. Like, there's bad things could happen.
Oof, I think that's a 6.
Yep. So I will say you do find a shotgun, but you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
Okay, I think I think we keep, maybe she accidentally breaks something else that could have been useful in the back of the truck, or maybe she like spills. Ooh, maybe there's like an ammo box next to it, but it spills everywhere. So like every time she maybe wants to reload this shotgun, like it's gonna take more time because she has to like search this truck bed as everything's like rolling around.
Oh yeah, I like that idea. So okay, so if you fire with the shotgun and get a miss, or let's see, how about, because there's no like really reload mechanic. How about if you get a partial success on an attack with the use violence with the gun, you have to roll again with just 1d6 to see if you've just completely spent all the ammo that you would have had.
I like it, yeah, because it's all just rattling around and probably making more noise too.
Yeah, I'll write that note down to make sure we don't remember.
I would love it if we don't remember.
All right, while I'm writing this note down, Mark, what is Mark doing?
Well, clearly I've sorted out the tunes. I've done well there. So, I'm bopping, but I'm also thinking, hey, everyone else is looking for stuff. I should look for stuff. I'm gonna open the glove box and maybe the windscreen visor and see if there's anything in there. Maybe they've got, I don't know, some more ammo for that pistol, or at least some, like, you know, jerky or something.
All right, I will definitely let you roll a search if you're looking for stuff.
Oh boy. Well, even on a miss, I get what do I see?
So.
Oh no, wait, that's to take stock, not search, so,
Yeah.
I miss.
So, in the glove box, you find another pistol.
Oh hell.
You find a granola bar, because I don't know that they had energy bars in the 80s yet. And, but in doing so, you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind. So, I'll say, if you leave...
I accidentally fire the gun into the hood.
Okay.
Hey, I found a bang! Whoa!
Right into the dashboard, or out the windshield?
Into the dashboard, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, I killed the music.
Oh no.
Oh yes. So yes, you shoot the radio and the music dies. I'm not gonna say you damaged the car to the point where there's a problem yet.
Oh my god.
Is there anything else Mark would like to do quick before we go to Fleur, who hasn't had a chance yet?
I'm gonna put that gun straight back down. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing.
Like, hey, look, I found a bang. Okay, we're not gonna play with that.
Just gonna sit and consider my choices.
And Fleur, I'm not to tell you what to do, but I'm assuming you're focusing on driving the car.
Well, I was, but then some idiot decided to fire a gun inside of the goddamn car. Oh, the music was briefly back. Yeah, so probably I was really like 1000% focused on driving, but as soon as the bang went off, I pretty much let out like a yell, and I sort of swerve a little bit on the road. Do I need to roll to try and see if I keep straight, or can I just?
Yeah, I'll say this is probably still a push through, not to,
Sure.
to specifically, I think, because I'm guessing you scream and you let go of the wheel and you drift because you're going so fast, and so you quickly, your push through is for grabbing the wheel and trying to right yourself and not lose control.
Okay. Yay!
Nice. There's that success.
I did really well on those driving lessons.
All right.
Oh, would.
All right. So yeah, you grab the wheel and the car starts to swerve off, and Fleur, you grab the wheel and you yank on it, and you get back into like the middle lane of the road. And in fact, I think because you did so well, I'll say you managed to avoid other parked and or damaged cars that you're starting to see in the road as you drive off. And the car is driving faster than these robots can keep up with, so you're starting to gain ground on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm just gonna drive until we can try and lose them. Is it because you said it's a clear night, so it's not like foggy or misty or anything, or?
Correct. It's become clear.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna drive. Is there a way to because obviously I've been in this area all my life. Do I know these roads then, even though we're a little far off from town?
I'd say yeah. You don't necessarily know like the countryside, which is why everyone was a little confused at the start. But I think that you pass us like a mile marker sign,
Sure.
and you have an idea of where you've been and where you're headed.
Okay, I'm gonna try and then head towards that military base if I can,
Okay.
and just sort of do it, and just as I'm going, just shout back, because fairly sure, never fired a gun myself, but fairly sure when you fire one, it's pretty loud. So it may not be half deaf at the time. So probably loudly shout behind, like, "Everyone okay?" As I'm sort of driving.
So Fleur
Mark's very
shouts out
quiet.
at everyone.
Claire just turns back. Yeah, doing as fine as we can. And like in the rear view mirror, you see her like holding a rifle, like trying to like basically once again mimic what she's seen in action movies, and is like crawling around the back of the truck trying to load it with shells.
Flo just feels another 5 years slip away from her, and she's like, "What the hell did you get that?" Like glancing
Don't
at
worry about it.
Claire.
Just keep flooring it. You're doing great.
Oh, Jesus Christ, fine. And she just focuses back on the road.
All right. Did you have something you wanted to say?
I was just gonna say, like, I think Mark, seeing that it's all safe. Lights up.
Did you just make that?
Arts and crafts for Scrat, everybody.
It's
Time
like a
for
maker
arts and crafts
screen.
segment of the show.
All right. I like it. Do you use the built-in car lighter that's in the dash?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I think
All the smoke from the
see-
bullet hole, you know, whatever.
yep. we see the in-dash lighter eject as Mark lights this and starts to puff on it, and everyone's got a chance to calm down, and the camera pulls back a little and you see the truck driving down the road, and you come out of the forest and are into some farmland where the fields have been tilled, and as the truck drives on, you see dotted all over the landscape just dozens of these various robot types. And they're not chasing you. They haven't noticed you. They're just patrolling in the field. You see that one very large one you catch sight of that was above the tree line now that you've broken through it. And it's stomping through the field. And I think we fade to black as the car drives off into the distance, and you just see the mountain of where they're heading, and hopefully everything will be okay. And that's where we'll end.
Mal, you did great. This is a great one shot. I really enjoyed it.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Woo.
Also, Jess, thank you so much for the resub. 1 year hype, 11-month hype from you. Thank you. You've been here nearly the whole time. Hold on to it. We'll give you an advantage in the next game in around 15 minutes. But before we go there, let's go round. Everyone, talk about what your favorite part of today's one shot was. It's the first time that Mal's DM'd on stream, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, fucking natural over here. Let's go around, talk about our favorite part, who you are, where we can find you, all that good stuff. We'll go the other way around this time and start with Sarah.
Whew. Thank you so much, Mal. This was great. I think, oh gosh, my favorite moment that comes to mind is when Claire and Mark are in the room and she's scolding him and telling him not to do drugs. And then sweet Hannah comes in and is like, man, I could really go for some drugs. This is so good. It's like, really? We talked about this.
Well, thank you. Sarah L. Kinney on Twitter. Everyone go follow. Next around, we have Ali Oxenfree.
Hello! That was so good. Honestly, Mel, you could never tell that was your first time. You're amazing. So good. Oh, my favorite bit. There were so many, but I think to be honest, I was just dying it when Mark was getting so hyped about finding slightly expired beans. It's so funny. Good.
Hey. Come on.
I'm walking here.
Christopher walking, Christopher flying. Last of the players around, we have Cat and Cleric of Cord.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm at Cleric of Court. I will confess I did help Mal playtest this a little bit, but I didn't know where the story was going to go. And I love this. And Mal, anytime, you know that, anytime. I love you, babe. I think my favorite part was Hannah had a secret crush on Floor. And so that was, Hannah getting to kind of trying to convey that without, and she was just so flustered. There was the stress of dogs trying to shoot them and the stress of Floor. And I think Hannah's pretty much done. But my favorite part was definitely Mark on the beach.
Mark on the beach.
Mark on the beach. Yeah.
On the beach.
Yeah.
We have to find shelter.
Come on.
This is so good.
Before we go to Mal, I'll say my favorite part. My favorite part of this has been being on the other side. I see Mal baiting DMs like all the time, and it's so fun to be in the opposite seat. Like, I think, what was it, the first time that we failed and you were like, you risked the group safety. I don't know what we'll do, but I'll think of something. And I was like, well, that's the option I'm going for. Straight in. Like, hurt me. Hurt me,
yeah.
Mal.
Give me all the stabs.
Fantastic job, Mal. Fantastic. Mal!
Hi, I'm Mal. Yeah, this is my first time DMing on stream. It's definitely not my first time DMing, but it's been a while. I'm glad to kick the rust off with this amazing group of people using an idea that I had this idea like 3 months ago for this one shot I wanted to do, and I'm using Summer and Wood Lake, which we have I should find a link for that real quick for people to get it from Petra's Itch, because it's such a good system. Yeah, I was actually hoping originally to have my own hack of a PBTA game to run this idea with, but I haven't finished it. Writing is hard. I'm glad everyone had fun. I've run it a couple times because I wanted to make sure I had the feel down of what I was going for, and I really am super glad everyone in chat and in my group here had a good time. My favorite part is the whole thing. I'm just glad everyone had a blast, and I love ending on that maybe things are okay, maybe they're not okay ending, because that's the best horror ending you could ever ask for.
Yep.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, everyone, we're gonna throw up some closing links here. Go and check them out. I'm also hastily gonna prep this screen over here for the next show, because I totally haven't done that yet. Do check out all the links. It includes all the places you can find us online and support us. All the places you can go, including Twitter, Discord, YouTube. All of them good places. They're all popping. They're all happening. Go and check them all out. I'm gonna put like 20 minutes, 20 minutes on the clock. We'll see if that's enough time to turn around and take a bio and everything. Should be, right? I'm confident. I'm confident in that. Next up, I'm running a game. Next up, I'm running one of my favorite one-shots of all time. It's no small secret that it is, in fact, a Final Fantasy VII hack. So I look forward to seeing you all there for that. The disparage, the image sizes are grossly different. So just give me a second here as I resize manually. This was fantastic, Mal. I want to speak to you immediately after the show. Yeah, let's do some more shit. Yeah, great. Okay, so keep evoking emotions, everyone. We'll be back in like 20 minutes. Check out our sponsors, Blood and Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, and we're very grateful to because they make all this happen. And yeah, stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. See you later. Bye. And y'all. Oh wait, hang on. I'm not muted. See you later, everyone.